Good afternoon. It's just afternoon. Just took a shower, stopped next door, collected my money from mowing the other day. So now I need to go ship 2 packages out, one back to ECS, one to Los Angeles, and move on with the day. I got the title for the 330 in the mail from the dealer the other day. So I need to figure out what I'm going to do with license plates, get that to a title bureau and take care of that. So I might do that today too. I'm not totally sure. But I hear tequila in here. Hear it? I can hear the beeper all the way across the street too. I hate this E46 beeper. Tequila. Yeah, so I don't know if I showed you guys in the vlog, but everything in here has been done that I wanted to do with the exception of the center console. They sent the wrong one, so that's what I'm shipping back to ECS. Here's my new windshield. I just took the tape off. They said 24 hours, so it's been about 28 hours. But it's great. Now I've got a new windshield seal, new windshield cowl, new wiper motor, and new wiper blades. I kept the wiper arms. They're a little rusty, but they work beautifully. So I'm really happy with that. It is Pilkington, as seen right there. And a nice logo. And yeah, good progress. I just need to clean the inside of it, Rain-X the outside of it, and then it'll be good to go. It's definitely gonna start raining here soon. Look at that. It's dark and I see the winds picking up. Here's this 540. Saw that guy pull into that spot yesterday. He pulled in over there to the curb at about 20 miles an hour, curbed the wheel, drove the car up on the curb, then back down off the curb. Wow, some people just should not own BMWs. It was pathetic. It was a $55,000, $60,000 car. Anyways, downtown on my way to UPS. That's pretty much it. Not gonna see any nice cars, and they finished the brickwork over here for anybody who knows that's something. I said no nice cars. I can't tell. Is that an M? An actual Z3M? It's got the fender thing and it's got the exhaust. Yeah, it is. Cool. Also a new SL class over there in white. It's beautiful. Well, fellow E46, hello. I'll trade you. I will trade for that. That is an M3. That is really dark for 1:18 p.m. And here comes the rain. And look at that perfect rain sensor picking up speed like that. Wow. I mean, without lights on, you couldn't see much at all. Sun's out, we're back in Hudson, and it's still raining. Ooh, KA. That's a cop up there. Yeah, so I guess we're gonna have a rainbow somewhere because we're in Ray-Bans, nice sunny day. It poured a lot today. Then the sun came out for a while and everything dried out. And now it's raining again. So we're home. Just organized a bunch of stuff inside. I had boxes and car parts laying around. So one thing I didn't put in from my last order was the screw. It was $1. And I noticed when I had the belly pan off doing oil or something like that, I noticed that only one of the screws was missing. There's only like 4 that hold all that up. On the E39 there's probably 10. But I thought I might as well get it since it's loose and flapping around down there. I don't want it to catch on something and rip off because it's actually in really good shape. I was really surprised when I looked at this car with the amount of miles on it. You find an E39 with half these miles on it, sometimes even a third or a quarter of these miles, and the belly pan's totally gone, all the fender liners are ripped out. Everything on this car is here. The only things that are missing are the sunroof slider and 3 of the vapor barriers. So weird interior things were missing, but not so much underneath. So anyways, I bought that screw, but I don't remember what side it is, and I'm gonna have to jack this thing up to get under there. So I'm debating doing that now. It's totally cleared out. Really surprised me. There's a couple puffy clouds up there floating around, but I think the rain might be done today. I would gladly mow, but oh my gosh, after yesterday's rain and today, it's a swamp. So I'm not even gonna put myself through that. So I guess I'll do that. I have one of the vapor barriers. I could pull the rear left door card off if I can figure out how. I've never done this. And figure out how to glue that thing in there or whatever. Colt said he had some stuff here, so I may see what he has. If there's enough, I'll use it and then replace it for him. I don't know. I feel like getting that done because I think it's sitting over here in front of the M5. I could take the M5 out, but I don't have anywhere to go. It's a nice night. It'd be a good excuse to drive it, but I don't have a reason to. But here's the vapor barrier. It's really thin and flimsy. But I guess it would help with sound deadening as well as water sealing. So I'm guessing that a bead goes around whatever is the inside edge of this, and then you stick it on there and let it dry and see if it's tight. I don't really know, but I may just figure it out. So here's the screw that was missing right there, and threaded right in, so the acceptor's there and clean and ready and lined up right, and that's easy. So all of the rest of this stuff is pretty tight. That's normal right there, but yeah, that was flopping all over the place before, so now all those screws are in. I have yet to check tire pressure back here, or on any of this car, but tire condition's good, and I'll prove it to you. It's front wheel drive too. Look at that. There's the spline. Interesting. Alright, I'm gonna grab my phone and crawl out before my jack fails and I die. But I got to work with that vapor barrier. Door panel comes off super easily. Couple Torx bolts, and yeah, so there's that. And I should put the car back down on the ground, but I've already found what Colt used. It's Loctite something. So I put that on there, and that's kind of a messy process. I don't like that. I've got at least 2 more to do though. This whole side of the car I know for a fact has no barriers. I don't know about that driver's door. I think I used too much of it because it's spilling out all around the edges, but supposedly it dries clear and then that should be pretty water resistant. I had to open up a bunch of bolts, tear little holes in the fabric to get access to the bolts, but there's the door cable. This is the window switch, and then that's for the speaker, and that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna let that dry before I put the panel back on. And while I do that, what was I just gonna do? Oh, I'll do tire pressure. And the parking brake. I don't know what's up with the parking brake. It doesn't work at all. My guess is either the cables are snapped, which is really gonna suck because I'm probably not gonna fix that, or it needs just new shoes, which I would do, assuming it's a drum and hat, just like the E39. But firstly, I'm gonna try and just tighten the heck out of these and see if I can get any response back there. I don't wanna pull the rotors and the calipers tonight and try to take those wheels off. It took forever to get the front stuff off because it was so tight. So I don't want to deal with the back right now. Focus. It's a 2012 Civic HF. I don't know what that means. Hot fuel. It's not an E, it's not high efficiency. Maybe they just spelled it wrong. Anyways, this is the loaner from Classic Honda in Streetsboro for a couple of days while the glove box gets fixed on the Accord. It's a little 4-banger. It's got 24,000 miles on it, I think. Yeah, so I gotta go over to Lowe's and buy more of that caulking since I used up most of his, and I'm gonna have 3 more doors to do anyways. Yeah, that's obnoxious. So anyways, I'm gonna take the 3 Series. I'm still waiting on that stuff to dry. But I tried to do the tire pressure, and my old cigarette lighter slash power outlet doesn't work. So I thought maybe I'd connected it wrong when I put those new pieces of trim in yesterday and took it apart, which sucked. No, it's connected fine, so I guess I'm gonna have to figure out what fuse that is and maybe take a look at the fuse. But Lowe's closes in like 20 minutes, so I gotta be quick. Well, anyways, I was trying to use this to get power for my little thing to do the tires. They're all at about 40 pounds, except that one back there is 19, so I'll have to keep an eye on that one. I was trying to fill it up, but I couldn't get it to go, so I'm gonna check the fuse. So I pulled the fuse thing out, figured out it's called cigarette lighter number 47. It's a 20 ampere fuse. Looked up the only one that's 20 amps. Here it is, and look at that. That's a broken fuse. So, yeah, I'm really running out of time here. I even got to use this little tool. The car came with a little box of fuses, and I put those in the basement. So I'm gonna run down there, check those real quick. If I don't have one, I'll buy one of those too. Well, what do you know? That little box down there had a 20 amp fuse in it. So I'm gonna put that in there, see how it goes. But called Lowe's, they're open till 10, so I can relax. Look at that sky. It's about 9 o'clock, I just came out. It's beautiful out here. Honestly, it feels like California. It's like 70 degrees and still, but man, I don't know what's clouds and what's not, but I don't know about this weather tonight. I got what I wanted though. I got new vapor barrier stuff and a 10 mil deep well that I need for adjusting the parking brake. Doing exactly what I said I wasn't gonna do. Got the rotors off. This side actually has been pretty kind to me. Had a little bit of trouble breaking the studs free. Honestly, that was the hardest part, and usually that's the easiest part of something like this. The rotor set screw came out, the caliper guide bolts, the caliper carrier bolts came out. And here's what we're left with. Definitely noticing this strut is very old and 99% sure that strut shot. Good thing is, I don't care. Car drives fine, it'll do what I want it to do. It's not a performance car. Struts on this are perfect. Anyways, how weird is that though? The spring is right there, and there's the strut. Really weird. I mean, it's all rusty down here. It's assuredly not good. There's the caliper. I trust the line on the bottom thing like that. But anyways, parking brake shoes. Gone. Totally gone. The material, the friction compound is completely gone. Look at that. All the way down to the bare base shoe material. So if I want to make this work, I would have to buy the parking brake refresh kit, I think it's called. Something like that from ECS. It comes with obviously the shoes. I think it includes new springs here. These things that hold the shoes in place, and a new adjustment wheel maybe. I mean, these are just done. There's no way. It's gonna damage the inside of the rotor before it does anything else. So I'm assuming the other side is the same way. I'm not gonna tear that down, but at least now I know that, I'm pretty sure at least, that the cables are okay. It's just a matter of shoes, full alignment back here with the parking brake and the pins, or the springs. Otherwise though, I mean the frame, it's got some surface rust on it. It isn't great, but it's gonna long outlast me. The exhaust looks new. Somebody put this on a couple years ago, so there's gonna be no issues with the exhaust. The rear sway bar appears to be good, so does the rear subframe. A little bit of rust on the weld right there. But all of the boots back here for the suspension, none of them are cracked or anything. So, yeah, I mean, the strut's not good, but it does what I want it to do. Time's gotten away from me. It's 2:31. I finished putting the car back together. Put the door panel back on, so that's all done. Took it for a little test drive. Can't really tell if it's any quieter or not. It's still pouring rain, that's all I hear. And with at least 2 of the other vapor barriers missing, you still get road noise in that car. I expect a little bit more than a 5 Series, just due to the fact it was cheaper. I'm sure they didn't insulate everything as well. But missing vapor barriers / sound deadeners has got to make a difference. So it's weird having the Civic in here. The design of the Civic is so strange. Look at the size of that windshield. That is massive in comparison to like that. Wow. Yeah, that's ridiculous. And it's got a 4-foot dashboard, tiny little hood. Are they projectors? No, they're just halogens. It's got a front plate on it. I don't know what color this is. Some of you Honda people may know a little bit better. Doors are really light, but the front doors are really long. And driving it doesn't feel bad at all. I mean, it's brand new, so it should be pretty good. One thing I noticed though that's cheap is if you feel around for a release for the trunk, there isn't one. But I'm sticking my hand up to like here inside. It's totally hollow. There's no carpet in there, but all that saves cost. Anyways, today got a bunch of stuff done that I wanted to do, but not everything. I need to get plates on the 330. I have the title now, so that's the goal for tomorrow, is to go to the title bureau. And I want to do vanity plates on that, so I'm going to have to figure out how that works. I have until August 29th, so maybe they'll give me fresh 30-day tags and give me another 30 days for those to show up, because I don't know if they would be approved, printed, and mailed within the next 12, 14 days, something like that. But we'll figure it out tomorrow. I'm going to go to bed, do some emails, do some YouTube, do normal stuff, and we'll talk on Wednesday. Night.